When the sun rose on the 8th morning, the Iroko tree stood empty. No cloths, not even a single thread remained. The village woke to birdsong and the smell of fresh palm oil. Children laughed in the square. Old enemies shared kola nut without hesitation. Every secret that had been woven had vanished from memory like dreams that slip away the moment you open your eyes. They say peace came gently, the way morning mist lifts from the river. Nnenna understood what the others did not, and the tree released her. She returned to the hut alone. The loom waited, hungry and patient. Nnenna sat upon the weaver's bench without fear. She offered herself willingly, not as another partial payment, but as the final one. She let the threads claim her hands, binding them to the loom, and began to weave every remaining secret, every lingering poison in the village's heart, into one last great cloth. She wove forgiveness where hatred had rooted. She wove reconciliation where blood debts lingered. She wove peace where silence had festered. And when the final stitch was placed at the first hint of dawn, the ancient hunger beneath the loom received everything it was owed, not in terror, but in love freely given. The cloths on the Iroko tree dissolved with the morning mist. The cedar chest stood empty. The loom fell silent forever. Nnenna remained on the bench, threads of gold, indigo, and red flowing from her wrists like living roots. Her eyes were open, bright, unafraid. But her hands were gone. In their place, threads, hundreds of them grew directly from her wrists, rooted into the loom, like vines, into earth. Golden threads, indigo, the smell of fresh palm wine. They moved slowly, weaving a final cloth that hung half-finished on the frame. The cloth showed the entire village, every compound, every face, every hidden wound now healed. And at the center, Nnenna herself, arms outstretched, threads flowing from her like light. Beneath the image, words already complete. The last weaver gives, all so none need give again. She smiled at the friend who later found her, eyes bright even as her body began to fade. I did not escape the tree, she said softly. I became its roots, so the village could grow free above me. By the next new moon, only the final cloth remained, now hanging in the village shrine. It shows Umuachala whole and healed, with Nnenna at its center, arms outstretched, threads of light pouring from her like a blessing. No one remembers the price that was paid. They only know that truth no longer hides in their town, that old enemies share kola nut without hesitation, and that children play beneath the Iroko without fear. Sometimes, when the wind stirs the leaves, the people of Umuachala hear faint laughter, bold and quick as lightning, and they smile without knowing why. The curse is ended, the weaver rests, and the stories, at long last, are free, in memory of the ones who carry the weight, so the rest of us can walk lightly. Subscribe if this story moved you. The next tale begins under a different tree, when you're ready.